You out of order.
All right, begin.
What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great start to your Monday morning. Let's go ahead and talk about Kelvin and Sharina real quick, spending that windy money, all right? So over the weekend, Kelvin took Sharina to Miami to celebrate her birthday. Alright, so y'all saw Sharina up in the club with her hands in the air like she don't care, just celebrating off Wendy's money and having a good old time. And so Kelvin, he's in the club with all the diamonds around his neck, talking about it's early, implying that the night has just begun for his young lady and Sharina. Well, she's not young, but you get what I mean. And so, you know, Kelvin has just been like a kid in the candy shop lately, you know, enjoying his life and his newfound freedom in a sense, you know. And so your boy, he done went vegan. He's taking care of himself, working out and things of that nature. But there's one thing that's evident. Kelvin is not used to using social media or video recording himself. Check out this video. He's in the car stunting or whatever, holding up the keys, and then bow, hits his head on the side of the window, right? Trying to stunt and put on a show for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me tell you one thing, right? If I was Wendy, I don't care how old Wendy Williams is. If she ever sees Sharina, she should be looking to get her face back at least one time, right? Because Kelvin and Sharina have been blatantly disrespectful to Wendy for 10 plus years. And so, could you imagine Wendy out there in the street in a stance or whatever with her guard up, ready to go for what she know? I mean, that would be a sight to behold. But Wendy should just keep it classy. I know y'all. You know, I'm not hoping for anything like that to happen between two melanated women, but at the same time, Sharina has been very disrespectful, and I just feel like Wendy should just pluck her or something. You know, something needs to be done. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that Kelvin Sharina mess alone, right? Let them live their lives. Let's move on to the next topic in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
All right. So let's talk about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. So the two of them sat down for an interview last night, right, with Oprah, and they talked about the issues that they face with the royal family. Now, Meghan is saying that she felt unprotected. And so Prince Harry, you know, he mimicked those same sentiments, saying that there was a lack of security and that the two of them may have never left if they were protected. And so Meghan went on to say that there was things that were said about her child and whether they was going to give the child, baby Archie, a title based off the pigmentation of his skin. You know, if he was going to be too dark, they were worried about that. And so Meghan was just going through a whole lot mentally over there. And so, you know, she was like, hey, I got to get the hell out of here. And I don't blame her at all. Look at what happened to Prince Harry's mom and Princess Diana, you know? So I know that those thoughts were crossing Meg's mind like, yo, this could happen to me. They already don't like me because I'm partially melanated. So there was a lot of things that were going on. So I'm going to play some of it and then I'll be back, all right? So sit tight.
Once when I was pregnant, all around this same time, so we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
And
who is having that conversation with you? What?
so
There is a conversation. Hold up.
There's
Stop
several
right now.
there are several conversations.
There's a
about
conversation with you
it. With Harry
about how dark your baby is going to be?
potentially and what that would mean or look like.
Ooh. These conversations with your family members, they know why you left. So has anybody said, I'm sorry you had to make that move, or I'm sorry you felt that you had to do that because you felt we were not supporting you?
No, sadly not. The feeling is that this was our decision, therefore the consequences are on us. And despite 3 years of asking for help and seeing or visualizing how this might end, it was, I don't know, it's been really hard because I am part of the system with them. I always have been. But I guess I'm very aware of this, that my brother can't leave that system, but I have.
Does your brother want to leave the system?
I don't know, I can't speak for him. But with that relationship and that control and the fear by the UK tabloids, it's a toxic environment. But I will always be there for him. I will always be there for my family. And as I said, I've tried to help them to see what has happened.
Do they think it's a toxic environment, or do you all just think it's a toxic environment because you're now out of it? If we were to have an interview with them or a conversation with them, does your father think it's a toxic environment or relationship?
No, I think he's had to make peace with it.
And why couldn't you make peace with it? I'll ask that of both of you.
Because this was different, you know.
It's different because of the race
And social media.
and social media. Oh yes,
Right?
different time. Different time.
That didn't exist. And so it was like the wild, wild west. It was spread like wildfire. Plus, my being American, it translated in a different way across the pond. So you had a noise level that was very different. But if they can't see that it's different.
So you felt bullied on an international level.
Look, I think the volume of what was coming in and the interest was greater because of social media, because of the fact that I was not just British, and that unfortunately, if members of his family say, well, this is what's happened to all of us, or if if they can compare what the experience that I went through was similar to what has been shared with us. Kate was called Waity Katie, waiting to marry William. While I imagine that was really hard, and I can't picture what that felt like, this is not the same. And if a member of his family will comfortably say, we've all had to deal with things that are rude and racist are not the same. And equally, you've also had a press team that goes on the record to defend you, especially when they know something's not true. And that didn't happen for us.
You mentioned earlier, Harry, that you were hurt by the fact that there's been no acknowledgement on the part of your family that this was different because of race. Do you think there ever will be? And would that make a difference to you?
Yeah, I mean, it would make a huge difference. As I said, there's a lot of people that have seen it for what it was.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Like, it's talked about across the world. Yet, the very people that don't want to see it or can't see it choose not to see it.
Alright, so this situation is a whole mess. And, like, whether you believe Meghan and Harry's story, because there's a lot of people on social media that's questioning, the things that they're saying. Now, one thing that was mentioned is the fact that there was a rumor about Meghan actually making Kate cry, but Meghan cleared up those rumors last night and said, no, it was the other way around, that Kate had made her cry. Now, I gotta say this, alright? You gotta represent us in a better fashion. If you got a little bit of melanin in you, Meghan, you gotta represent us to the fullest, alright? There's no reason why you should be letting that Purdue chicken over there make you cry. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to, you got a little Tatisha in you. You better have some Debrisha in you. You got a little Didisha in you, a Dibisha. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be over there letting her run over you. I don't care if you're across the pond. Represent your lineage. Represent who you are. You know what I'm saying? You got to channel that part of yourself and let them know that you're going to stand up for what you believe in. So there's no way in the world you should be letting Kate make you cry. Now, the conversation that Meghan was having in regards to, some of the royals speaking on the fact that they were worried how dark baby Archie would be. Well, Oprah said this morning on CBS that she tried to get the answer from Harry that, about who was talking about that, who actually had those conversations within the royals, and that Harry wouldn't speak on it. But he definitely wanted us to know that it wasn't his grandmother or his grandfather. So that leaves the discussion open, for whoever else is left, his brother, Kate, his wife, Kate, his father, potentially, so many other people within the royals could have been having those discussions, which is extremely pathetic in my estimation. So, I understand, that's enough right there for Meghan to want to get the hell out of Dodge. And I get that in its totality. Now, Meghan lost me when she was like, she didn't do her research on the royal family. She didn't even look up who Harry was. I mean, I believe that was a lie. The lie detector determined that that was a lie. You mean to tell me you didn't do any type of research on the royal family or Harry before you jumped up and decided to move across the pond? To find out their history, to find out, the negatives, the positive things that has, transpired within this family. I mean, that's just hard for me to believe. I can't believe that one. But she went on to talk about her father and how her father betrayed her, working with the tabloids, the British tabloids and things of that nature to uncover things about Meghan and how they moved in, how they came to the US and moved across, the hall from her father, and they were taking pictures and things like that. And he basically lied to her when she called him and asked him, hey, are you working with the tabloids? Are you working with the British tabloids? And he said, absolutely not. And she said the thing that really hurt her is the fact that, she said, your grandson's, future depends on this. There could be a negative impact on his life. And, her father still said no. And then come to find out later that he was working with the tabloids, the British tabloids, the whole time. Then on top of that, Meghan exposes her sister, Samantha, for changing her last name back to Markle in her 50s. And she didn't change her name back to Markle until, Meghan started dating Harry. So she was looking for a come up too. And she basically, Oprah asked her about her sister writing a tell-all book about her. And Meghan was like, how can you write a tell-all book about someone you don't even know? I haven't seen her in 19 years, right? And before that, I didn't see her, before that for like 10 years. So Meghan was like, I don't even know her. We didn't do things together. We didn't hang out. There was no sister bonding time. So how are you going to write a tell-all book about someone you don't even know? So it looks like her father, of course, and her sister Samantha were looking for a come up, off the fact that Meghan was dating Harry, and they were looking for some type of financial gain, right? But anyway, in closing, I just want to say that, Meghan, you're pregnant now with your second child, and they said that they were having a girl, so congratulations. And you already have baby Archie. It's imperative that you and Harry, y'all stay over here with all the security that, you need, because I wouldn't go across the pond now that y'all done sat down with Oprah and exposed the family, exposed the royals, and put them on Front Street and things of that nature. I don't think it's safe for you to go over there. So just stay clear, stay over here. You know what I'm saying? Security 24/7, because I guarantee you that they're going to try to retaliate, and that's sad. So I'm gonna let this go. Let y'all have that in the comments. Drop down and let me know what you think about this entire video, from Kelvin and Sharina's birthday bash to Meghan and Harry sit down with Oprah. Let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll get with you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.